Sports Illustrated is predicting that Justin Fields will make Chicago Bears history. What is that history? How's he going to do it? We'll talk about all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page, man. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So Connor Orr of Sports Illustrated wrote an article detailing who he believes could be first-time NFL Pro Bowlers in 2023. Now, I know this may sound crazy, but we haven't had a ton of quarterback Pro Bowlers in our history. We've actually only got two, realistically. We have Jim McMahon back in 1985, who did it with, of course, the Super Bowl championship team, right? You knew what he was going to, you knew that there was going to be some pieces in the Pro Bowl from that team, of course, right? And then our beloved Mitch Trubisky is the other player who basically was an alternate Pro Bowler that season because so many people turned it down, but he does still have Pro Bowler on his resume. He did go with Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. We've all seen the acclaimed picture. Perfect. But here is the question on the table. Will Justin Fields be able to become a first-time Pro Bowler this season? And what will it take for him to do that? Because that's the real question, right? It's not about just getting to the Pro Bowl, because I think that, right, in the sense of the conversation, that means that you're probably not making the playoffs. Maybe you played really well, but you probably don't make the playoffs, right? Because if he's going to be a Pro Bowler, that means he's going to have to accept the honor of being a Pro Bowler and go to the Pro Bowl, right? And I guess I'm twofold on this, because there's a part of me that's like, I hope he does make it, but I also hope that we're in the playoffs and we're actually competing for something and he isn't able to accept the honors. But I think at the end of the day, here's the thing. What is it going to take for Justin Fields to be able to make the Pro Bowl? And this is kind of how I look at it. And let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. But I mean, to me, right, you're talking about a guy who probably is going to have to put up somewhere between 35 to 3,700 passing yards. Rushing yards wise, I want those numbers down. Give me 650 rushing yards. But here's the touchdowns that I need to see. 32 passing touchdowns. I left the G off of that, apparently. Passing touchdowns. My bad. Y'all know sometimes I'll be spelling struggling. And 7 rushing touchdowns for the Chicago Bears quarterback. I don't think that that's astronomical to say. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, Pat, those are crazy numbers. What do you mean you want him to be able to go out there and get 35 to 3,700 passing yards? Here's what I want you guys to understand. I'm looking at Justin Fields as a guy who's going to be able to go out there with a revitalized offense. And I think it's just, there's this hesitancy. Let's not force the kid to do something. Let's not push the kid to the next level. We were talking about this kid as somebody who was making plays, play in and play out, trying to keep the Chicago Bears team in the fight with nothing. Byron Pringle was our #1 a couple of weeks. Equinamia St. Brown, nothing. And so to me, this is not a crazy statement to make that this kid's going to be able to take a leap. When I add in DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney coming back, Cole Kmet, Robert Tonyan, a couple of rushing attacks in either Roshan Johnson, Khalil Herbert. Do you hear me listing? Oh, by the way, the offensive line looks like it's actually going to be competent. And Justin Fields, more times than not, is still the best athlete on the field. And on top of all of that, and I feel like we've talked about this ad nauseum on this show, but granted, it's the offseason, so we're going to talk about this. The reason that I do believe that Justin Fields can become a Pro Bowler, the reason that I do believe that Justin Fields can take this next step, is the second year in this system. Take a look at some guys who, in a very similar system to what the Bears run, right? Like I mean, when you're talking about kind of that system that we saw Aaron Rodgers going through, right? And a lot of quarterbacks have gone through this system and have been able to make strides in this. The Bears are basically playing that wide zone scheme. We've seen this under guys like Mike Shanahan. We've seen this under guys like Gary Kubiak, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay runs this, right? And at the end of the day, we've seen improvements out of quarterbacks left and right in this system. Take a look at some of the guys who have been successful in this system. It should not be a surprise to you that you're seeing some names on here that aren't crazy names. I mean, you're talking about Jake Plummer, the jump that he was able to make, Matt Schaub, Matt Ryan, right? Matt Ryan, a nice quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, how he was able to go from a 2,200-yard passer to a 3,900-yard passer in one season. The second year in systems matter. Of course, Kirk Cousins is a good name to look at as well, but I look at those touchdown to interception ratios as well with all of these guys. These are not guys who were lasers outside of Aaron Rodgers and maybe Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo is a pretty safe quarterback, but these are not guys who were lasers dotting it up, right? Like, you're talking about guys taking a step in this second year of this system that were okay quarterbacks. And I think that Justin Fields is a lot better than just an okay quarterback. I think he's going to be able to go out there. He's going to be able to find his weapons, and the confidence in this system is going to mean so much. And the fact that his weapons have confidence in this system as well is huge to me. Let me know how you guys feel, man. I'll be down in the comments talking with you guys as well. Do you believe that Justin Fields can make a Pro Bowl this season? I do. I look at Justin Fields as a guy who, right, I think the Bears are going to be competing. I think that our biggest question marks on this team are still, right, you're looking at Justin with a lot of question, but I think it's more of a fear of, okay, we've been here before and we don't expect anything to change. But here's what I want people to understand. We haven't been here before. We haven't had a quarterback that is this kind of athlete that can go out and make plays like Justin Fields can. Oh, but he can't throw the ball. He's got a ton of plays throwing the ball. They just weren't caught last season. And were there mistakes that Justin Fields made in his second year? Absolutely. But everything that the coaches are talking about when they see Justin Fields coming in, I get it. It's OTAs. We've got mini camp today. We'll see a little bit more at mini camp today before training camp. But everything that we've talked about from the coaches has been, he's going through his reads quicker. His footwork is quicker. He's assessing what he's seeing on the field faster. Oh, by the way, he's getting the ball to DJ Moore a lot more often. And I think that that's where you really have to look at what this Bears team can be and really take into account how this offense is going to take steps this season. That is okay to say. These are not hot takes. Again, Equanimeous St. Brown and Byron Pringle last year. I'm not telling you that the Bears are going to be the best offense in the NFL. What I am telling you is it's probably going to be one of the best offenses in Chicago Bears history based on the leap that the talent on the roster has taken. Talent trumps all. We just saw it in the NBA Finals with a Miami Heat, a really good team. Yes. What'd they get beat by? The more talented player. The more talented player standing on the other side, dominating them in Nikola Jokic. That is what we're seeing now with this Bears team. They've added talent to the team. They're actually committed to going out and competing. And oh, by the way, we're in a division that has a million question marks. Will the Lions be able to take that next step and be able to actually dominate this division? Will the Vikings take a step back? How much of a step back will they take with Alexander Mattison now instead of Dalvin Cook, right? Like, there's a million questions that are still in this division. Nobody knows what the heck the Packers are. Nobody knows what the Bears are, but this is a team that is poised to take a step because last season they manufactured the losses by selling off everything that they could. And this season you're adding to the team. You're trying to invest in the team, and you were in almost every single game last season when literally there was only one piece on the field that anybody was worried about. That's not the case now. People don't even talk about, right? Like, everything's about Justin Fields. You have to go out and you have to be this passer. You have to be this dominant passer. He's got to be able to throw the ball. Do you guys know how much is going to be off of Justin Fields' shoulders now with trying to actually use his legs at times where maybe, okay, the play calls for me to pass it, but I see a lane. You want to know why that lane's going to be there? Because DJ Moore is going to be over there. Chase Claypool there, Darnell Mooney, right? I got Cole Kmet I got options to go to. You can't just sell out on Justin Fields, because if you do sell out on Justin Fields, guess what? Justin Fields is going to be able to throw the ball down the field and hit guys. The one thing that I do need to see him improve on, and that I want to see him do more this season, is the check down. A lot of times we see the highlight reels from Justin, right? He doesn't go to the check down. He just ends up taking off, using his legs to get a bigger play. I do want to see him going to Cole more, going to Robert Tonyan a lot more this season. Khalil Herbert, Deontay Foreman underneath, Roshan Johnson probably going to play into that mix as well, because I think that that's how you're going to see the offense continuously move the ball down the field. Last season it was with legs. This season it could be with the arms, even if it's underneath. Remember, Drew Brees was the ultimate check down quarterback. Nobody would tell you that he couldn't throw the football, though. And so I think that, to me, when you're having a conversation on will Justin Fields join those guys as one of the guys to make a Pro Bowl team, I think there will be that, because you're seeing the strides in his game already. You're seeing him, right, literally saying, I don't want to run. Literally saying, I don't want to break rushing records. I don't want to be a running quarterback. I want to throw the football. I like to throw the football. And then on top of that, having the ability to go out there and actually dominate with his legs. You're going to see a different Justin Fields this season. You're going to see a different Bears offense this season. I think you are going to see a major leap in the offense this season. And I'm going to be honest with you. The pressure's on Justin Fields, and deservedly so. I think that Justin Fields, he's not running from the pressure. He's not trying to hide from what he wants to be. He has his own expectations for himself. He's got high, lofty goals. He's speaking in interviews about, my goal is to come out here and win Super Bowls. You know who doesn't say stuff like that? People who don't really know what they're doing on the field. People who don't want to bring unwanted pressure upon them. Everybody's sitting here complaining like, oh, the media is really going at Justin Fields and they're trying to put this unneeded pressure on him. Justin Fields is putting pressure on himself. And so to me, I am holding Justin to a higher standard. Yes, I do believe that he has the ability to make a Pro Bowl. Yes, I do believe that he has the ability to go out there and throw 35 to 3,700 yards, 30 plus touchdowns, rush for another 7. Yeah, I think interceptions wise, right? I didn't have interceptions on there. Interception wise, to me, I think you're probably talking about 11 to 12 in a season. I think that would be good, right? And I'd feel good about that coming out of this season. At the end of the day, he's going to make some mistakes. Every quarterback makes mistakes. There's going to be some games where Justin Fields costs us the game, and that's okay to say, right? I said this last season, where there's a couple of games to me where I looked at Justin. I think it was the Washington game. I said, that's on Justin. Yes, Darnell Mooney didn't catch the ball at the end. Yes, there was a lot. No, it wasn't a Washington game. There was another game that we lost. Because the Washington game, there was too much. I was on Vegas. I don't know if it was the Washington game, but there were a couple of games last season where I looked and I was like, yeah, that's on Justin. He's got to be better. He's got to make better decisions in those moments. That's what growth is. That's what this season is. We saw all of the mistakes last season that we could see with nothing. Now there's pieces here that are going to be able to complement what he's able to do, that are going to be able to help him along with what he's trying to advance in. And I think that's why you're going to see Justin Fields be a Pro Bowl player this season. I don't care if I'm on the hype train. I don't care. Hype train. I don't care if y'all think I'm drinking the Bears Kool-Aid. I'm all in on this guy. I think that Justin Fields is going to be our franchise quarterback, and it starts this year. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bears content. Click the links on the screen or check the links in the description below. And if you're watching over on the Windy City Breeze, make sure if you're only here for Bears content, you're also subscribed to the Chicago Bears Breeze, where we're only posting Bears videos over there as well. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. One love. Peace.